Hey guys, welcome back to ArtosisCasts. We are checking out NaDa's Terran vs. Zerg here once again. This will be the final Terran vs. Zerg in this series, and then we're going to check out at least one or maybe two Terran vs. Terran games. Here, he's against his strongest opponent yet in ArtUser. ArtUser, a legitimate pro gamer from back in the day. Not a highly accomplished one, and in fact, he hasn't been in ASL at all yet, if I'm remembering correctly. But he's very active. He's high up on the ladder. He's legitimate, you know, like ArtUser is he's a real pro. He's strong. So definitely have to say I'm favoring ArtUser here. And the thing is, NaDa will know exactly who ArtUser is as well. He was on Samsung, right? Like NaDa knows this. He probably has memories of how ArtUser plays and everything, right? It's pro scene is definitely small enough that everyone knows how everyone plays to some degree. I would think. Actually, I don't want to guarantee that. The things I've seen as a commentator where like I know how everyone plays and then I'm like, he always does this. How do you not know and defend? It's pro gamers definitely spend their time looking at different things. So I won't guarantee it. But anyways, ArtUser, honestly, he is kind of like, I would call him a little bit Shine light. Like he plays more standard games than Shine. But he has like a little bit of that gimmicky, my strategy is here to kind of trick you type of thing that goes on with him sometimes. Tries to like kind of hard counter something that's meta at the moment type of thing occasionally. But honestly, like he has enough standard games that he plays still as well that you can't shoehorn him into a certain, or shoebox him into his, or whatever the saying is. You can't say 100% what his style is going to be. There's definitely players that I'm like, yeah, if this is Zealot, I will tell you exactly what he's doing in like 30 seconds. But yeah, ArtUser has a little bit more range, but not as powerful as some of these other Zerg players. So NaDa is cross-spawn scouting. Already somewhat interesting. I think cross-spawn scout for specifically Radeon is not bad at all. Because the Overlord generally is popping out. We can see actually it was, this one didn't. It kind of went to the side. This actually might be visible as you walk by it. It's right on the edge. Okay, just barely not. He's like literally like here would be visible. So yeah. Yeah, just barely. But anyways, when you cross spawn scout like that, well, that's funny. He turned around and went up there. So he's actually, I think he got confused there maybe, or maybe he did see, I think he caught vision of the hatchery and then turned around. Anyways, let me get back to what I was saying. He did a fast cross spawn scout, and on Radeon that's okay because I would say 90% of the time Overlords go straight across in one direction because you can scout the opponent's natural so quickly. It's such an efficient, good scout. So if you send it here, you should be able to figure out where he is. Either you see a hatchery or you see an Overlord, which would tell you he's over here, or you see the hatchery, which shows you that he's here, or you see neither, and that means he's bottom left, right? So Radeon and maps like Radeon that are not rotationally symmetric, it's a lot easier to narrow down where your opponent is if they're doing a standard scouting strategy, which you should vary from time to time, but not too much because it's so good. Scouting is way more efficient on Radeon if you're willing to do the predictable scout. Okay, enough of that. I do wonder sometimes when I go on a little tangent like that, while we're just watching like basic scouting, like, oh, here's like 5 minutes of theory behind that. Behind the way the scouting's done here because of this. I do wonder if that bores people. Let me know in the comments. Oh man. I don't know. I like every little strategic aspect of the game personally. So, NaDa's sitting behind his wall. He's gone for the very fast eBay once again. This is actually really nice. This game was played after the other game where he did a similar build. So I'm kind of excited to see if he hits it a little bit better. Right? NaDa is someone known for being able to get a lot of skill out of very little practice. In fact, out of everyone that's like championship level, he practiced the least by miles. There's lots of stories about it, about how little he practiced compared to everyone else, and then went and won Star Leagues with it. Where there's a particular story, I've probably told it before, that comes from July Zerg. July Zerg was known as like the #1 practicer of his time. Just endless games. He'll sit there and play 60 games in a day. NaDa asked July Zerg to practice for an upcoming, like, I think it was an MSL finals or something, or OSL finals. July Zerg's like, okay, I got myself all ready. Like, I'm ready to play all day with NaDa. Like, really help him out. Like, really help him get to the bottom of his TVZ. And then NaDa got on and played like 1 to 2 games with him and said thanks and logged off and then won. And July Zerg's just like, what? What? Such a funny story. Anyways, we have the 4 racks up. Some missile turrets going down. Well placed, well placed. Good bunker. Yeah, still see this pretty commonly. Yeah, the barracks placement pretty strong. We'll see if he wants to put it here or he wants better movement and maybe puts it here. Good placement. Ooh, double down here, single up here. That's kind of interesting. I kind of like that. A lot of times you'll see double up here, single down here. But diving down here is a very strong move. Okay, so ArtUser has a 3rd base. He already has an additional macro. Well, yeah, that's actually pretty fast on both those. He has his mutas coming down now. A little bit greedy, actually, from ArtUser. His pressure with the mutas is coming a little bit later, but the fact that he already has the lurker upgrade on the way and this extra base. See what I was talking about? This is actually a very strategic thing that he's doing. He's not relying on like micro or macro or anything like that. This is a little bit of a mind game where ArtUser like took these very fast. He had the Spire timed correctly, but the mutas are not like hitting super fast or super hard or anything. And he's getting a really fast lurker upgrade. And he just wants to lock down here and lock down here. And just be like, yeah, you can't do anything with your pressure. By the way, much faster factory this time. Much healthier SCV count. Not surprised to see that. I was more surprised to see against the barcode where he didn't have those things going on. This looks like a much more like 2300 plus execution of this build than that other game did. Now, ArtUser has actually droned up like crazy this game. So he picked off a few Marines right there. He's got a full group of mutas now. Hydras are coming out. And some lurkers are being morphed. So he has 1 being morphed up here, 1 being morphed here. And obviously he'll get a few more as well. NaDa playing very aggressively once again. He's definitely shown us that he wants to play a very aggressive 4 racks. The lurker not ready. Just now a couple of them are coming out. Oh boy. Okay, the mutas are doing a perfect job of absorbing shots here. Gets a lot more lurker shots because of that. NaDa is actually so close to breaking him. Did he run out of scans? 30? 32. Oh my god. He ran out of scans here. So close to killing that lurker. When the mutas went on top of him, he stopped focus firing and let him kill mutas instead. Sometimes that can be the right choice. I do question if it was the right choice there. The thing is, killing the mutas off is actually a pretty worthwhile endeavor as well. It opens up, like when you get the muta count really low, it opens up the potential for drops. Now, add-on coming up for the factory, this I do not like. The timing for that is incorrect. Hive is already halfway, or almost halfway, and he doesn't have a tank yet. That's not what you want. There's actually like an exact health amount that you're looking for where the tank push might work or might not work. And it all has to do around the timing of consume. It's something like if you're... The one I use is... Oh, wait, hold on. We actually have him trying to maybe bust? No, he actually backs up. I guess if you don't know when these are finishing, that's right. Okay, but anyways, like basically if your factory is finishing and the Queen's Nest is starting, like right around there, then it's like, okay, you can actually have tanks with siege mode pushing him down before consume is done. Here, that will not occur. There's a Defiler Mound. NaDa cannot get across the map with the siege tanks and get the push through sunken lurker before, even if like before consume is done. It just it won't happen. So that's why I don't like this add-on here. But during like NaDa's prime days, it was always well, not always, but during a lot of his prime days, the like siege tank pushes, it used to be back in like 2000, even like 2007, 2008, we were seeing a lot of like 3 siege tank science vessel pushes. So like definitely it's been a build that's been around a lot. It's not that popular right now. There are windows for it, but I don't see the window here for him. Now, ArtUser has a lot of lurkers out here in the front, has a fair amount up at the top. Nidus Canal is on the way. Has a lurker up in the mineral line for anti-drop. A lot of units popping up here as NaDa moves into position. This is like impossible to push through. Because like you siege and you can start getting shots, but you'll miss some of them. And the thing is, they can just back up. Like if your siege tanks are siege here hitting, they can unbro, take a few steps back, and still hit units that are coming up the ramp. See this? You can't tank push this. And consume is almost done, like I was telling you guys. See this? He's not even close. He's nowhere near breaking this. And consume's going to finish, and dark storms will start going down. All right, looking over at ArtUser, plus carapace and plus melee attack, so he's definitely going to go into ultras. Good targeting on the... Hey, that was really good targeting. NaDa took that fight very well. And by the way, I was so caught up in that tank push, I didn't recognize he already had his 3rd base down in mining, which is really, really nice. He's got 1/1 upgrades against just +1. Plague on the way, a lot of lings being made. And I love that he's getting melee as well. Again, it really shows us that he's going to go into Ultra Ling Defiler. 2 eBays are going here for NaDa. He has his 2nd starport. The macro of these 2 is going to be a little bit annoying. They're kind of disjointed. Just heard a vessel die right there. Unfortunate. Lots of macro coming out right now of ArtUser. Another Ling attack coming in. NaDa with a decent spread over here. Got to try to catch these Lings that are coming out. When ArtUser just gets these little groups out, he's just using them for little counterattacks to be annoying and buy time. If you can keep NaDa off of you or any Terran off of you and get that 4th gas going, that's where Terran's going to start falling apart. And I have to be honest with this game, right? So he opened up with the tank push. The tank push was not valuable enough. He killed a Defiler and like 3 lurkers with it. And when you go tank push, you're lower on vessels. We've also seen him make a dropship that I haven't seen utilized yet. And he is going like, okay, he's going up to 3 starport and he's going science or a physics lab for BCs. So that makes sense. But he's gotten very few irradiates off, which is a problem. If you're not consistently pressuring the lurkers and the defilers, all the gas from Zerg gets pumped into the ultras, and then they gain map control. You need to keep the ultralist count low by forcing lurker and defiler to be made. It is a crucial aspect of playing against this style. So I'm very nervous about NaDa, even though he's doing some great things. Like his macro's looking really good. 3rd base at a really great time. 3rd starport at a really great time. I love that he's trying to get a little drop off. He might get some drones here. But this, to me, I'm looking at this, and I really like ArtUser's position. If I had put money on this game right now, it'd be on ArtUser. So chitinous plating is coming up. The +2 carapace is almost done. +1 melee is done with +2 on the way. Ling's just coming out to kind of clear this. This is not enough damage. Like, even though he's still up here getting some, killing a few drones here and there don't really do that much. Okay, another drop goes off. Okay. Starting to try to pull something together. Unfortunately, a plague comes in. That's a lot of high energy medics going away. Yeah, that drop didn't do too much. That gets cleared. This one finally getting fully cleared. Overall drone count is -2 from where he began here, so the economy wasn't that hurt. And NaDa's going to switch into a lot of factories. So he's going to go mass... I don't think he's going mech, okay? I think he's going to go mass siege tank, honestly. Like, mass siege tank here, that's kind of an older idea to hold this position, because you can't, like, you know that Zerg's going to take over some map control. So siege tanks are going to be one of the only things that you can kind of do against that. Okay, so ArtUser has taken another base over here as well, set up a fair amount of lurkers. You can see he's starting to make his ultras. 6 of them so far with 4 carapace. So equal on upgrades against the Marines. Very good sniping of some vessels. Too small of an army here for NaDa, so he does have to retreat. Ooh, really good move here. NaDa just not having enough units spread out. Yeah, that's not going to work. He's trying to use the fire bat here. We've actually almost got it. Unfortunately, that is a lot of damage being dealt to his third base. He's going to get the siege tanks rolling and another command center. So it might still be okay. Battle cruisers can do a lot for you in these positions as well. Just want to check if there a carapace. Nope, no carapace upgrade. We'll see if he starts one. Flyer carapace, very good against +0 attack BCs. Ultra's going to attack bottom left. Okay, he puts the medics on a wall on the ramp, which is really good. But if ArtUser recognizes what's going on, just targets the medics. Or, I mean, these could just glitch out too. Just glitch out and lose all the ultras. And he's bringing in more units, so he will be able to save this, I think. Good plague. Okay, NaDa pulling back. Does siege up. Should have left one under the Dark Swarm here. Would have been killer. All right, NaDa's going to be able to save that base. And he has a couple BCs coming up. Spores have higher attack priority than Scourge. Almost everything does. So that's unfortunate. Yeah, I think actually, everything that attacks, not drones, but everything else that attacks has higher attack priority than Scourge. Makes it really easy to make them hit stuff. Well, no, actually, to be fair, like if you run in... I think if you run in with Lings against BCs with the... Like, it has to be something that hits air that has higher attack priority for battle cruisers than Scourge. Anyways, whatever, that doesn't matter right now. NaDa is trying to get this base set up. He'll try to re-clear this, but I don't see a long-term path that's going to work out for him here. You can see ArtUser has gotten ahead on supply. Ooh, targeting down Defilers, very, very good. Oh, invincible. Well, not if it's not burrowed. Pretty good defensive setup. Like, the siege tanks are doing a pretty good job of holding this much longer than you would otherwise. 3/3 upgrades are done for him as well. Lots of ultras coming up right now for ArtUser. He's got the 5 gas. Like, you better be on mech at that point. That's for sure. And we're not even to 22 minutes. See, he's just going to be running out. And plenty of gas here. 3 more minutes of gas there. Right around 22 minutes is what you got to keep him down on 3 to 4 bases on. But he's just exploded in base count. Definitely just feels like NaDa got a bit outplayed. I do think the tank push was ill-timed. Like, you have to make sure that you have the window where there won't be consumed, so you have actual potential. Like, if they don't die to the tank push, you need to at least kill several lurkers. Like, you need to clear their lurkers up with it, because your vessel count really, really suffers from that. So that plague going down, I think NaDa is not going to last very much longer here. The amount of ultras coming out of the map. Oh, his +3 carapace was super late on getting started. Definitely a little bit of a mistake there. So that's part of the reason why NaDa's doing a bit better. It's because he's had +3 attack for a very long time. Marines actually beat ultras pretty handedly on these upgrades. But once the extra carapace comes, it's night and day. So ArtUser, just attack moving in. He's going to be able to kill him. Nothing really left here for NaDa. GG is called. All right. Well, I mean, can't be too surprised about that. I think... Okay, so now we've seen NaDa's Terran vs. Zerg 3 times. We saw a hyper-aggressive +1 build. We saw this more middle-range +1 build. We saw a very technical opening. This one went into a siege tank that was ill-timed. Overall, I think NaDa's Terran vs. Protoss is better than its Terran vs. Zerg. The Terran vs. Zerg feels like it needs to be modernized a lot. And Terran vs. Zerg is changing a lot right now as well. But I will be completely honest. I'm a huge NaDa fan. I'm very excited about him being active. I don't think he played very well in the TVCs. I think he's strategically pretty far off of what he's going to need to do to hit 2,500. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you for watching, guys, and we'll see you for a NaDa TVT.